Welcome back to Studio 10. There are some great performances coming to Wharton Center in East Lansing, and today we have a special guest joining us straight from Broadway. Joining us today is Jawan Jackson, who plays Melvin Franklin in Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, one of the great musicals that is coming to Wharton Center next June. So Jawan, this musical was nominated for 12 Tony Awards and the winner for the 2019 Tony Award for Best Choreography. So tell us about this very popular musical.
Oh my goodness, where do I start? First of all, it has so much rich history with the legendary group The Temptations. I always say we know the group The Temptations, but we don't know the men behind the music. And so we get to dive in to their backstories individually and collectively and you know, get to see a little bit inside of what they struggled with, what they dealt with during this time, trying to bring the music that we love so much to our hearts and our homes. And Dominique Morso, who is a fellow Detroiter, she wrote the story so beautifully. And, you know, it's a feel-good musical that everybody at any age will enjoy. And even if you don't know The Temptations per se, as a young person coming in for the first time being introduced, you're going to know the music. And so that's how much, you know, that this show is for everyone.
Jawan, tell us about, you mentioned the music, tell us about some of the great hits that people will hear when they go see this.
Oh my goodness, it's the Temptations national anthem, My Girl. You're going to hear Papa Was a Rolling Stone. You're going to hear my favorite, Cloud 9. You're going to hear Get Ready, the upbeat tempo. You're going to hear some album cuts like Love I Can See and Gloria. And then you're going to, If You Don't Know Me by Now. And what's interesting is that even though when you hear the music, you're going to be like, I didn't know the Temptations sang this song. And so every song in the show, the Temptations recorded a version of it. And so there's going to be some great nuggets that you're going to hear during the show.
I'm looking forward to that for sure. So tell us more about your character in this, Melvin Franklin. Tell us about that character.
So I play Melvin Franklin, who is the second longest group member of the group. And I'm also Otis Williams' best friend. And so they use me as like the comedic relief. And you get to see my journey from a teenage boy into a grown man struggling with ailments. And, you know, Melvin, who was affectionately called Baloo, you get to see just how much he brought to the group. And I am so excited that his story is being told in the way that it's being told. And it's fun, it's light, and, you know, I'm gonna pull on all your heartstrings, so just get ready.
Very good. And maybe people don't know, you were born and raised in the heart of Motown, a native of Detroit. So what does this musical mean to you?
This musical is so much to me because it's hometown for me. So I get to represent Detroit in a light, in an international light, and on a big stage, and shine a light to my city in just the perfect way. And Dominique Morso, as I mentioned, she's a fellow Detroiter. So just bringing that back home to Detroit where it belongs is going to be so great. And I cannot wait. And it just means so much to me just being a fellow Detroiter.
All right, and I have to ask one more question before we let you go. Do you have any strange pre-show rituals, Jawan?
Pre-show rituals, yes, absolutely. So I usually like to go to Starbucks and I get a strawberry acai lemonade, and I'll drink that in a ham sandwich before my show, and then afterwards I'll cool down with a ice cold ginger ale just to get myself, you know, back reset. But those are my like strange pre-show rituals.
All right, very good. Well, shout out to Starbucks and some ginger ale. You got to like that being here in Michigan. All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to chat with us. Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations will be at the Wharton Center June 7th through June 12th of 2022. And tickets are available now at whartoncenter.com. Jawan, thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
And be sure to tune in tomorrow because Studio 10 will be on the road live at Wharton Center with their public relations manager, Bob Hoffman, to find out more about all of the upcoming performances they'll be hosting. That's coming up tomorrow. And stick around. We've got more fun coming up on Studio 10.